Rhea woke in a daze inside the base, her head throbbing. The sterile room was dim, and she lay on a cot, confused. A blaring alarm snapped her out of it, followed by a robotic voice. Warning, base integrity compromised. Her name was Rhea, a scientist on the research team, but her memories were foggy. She vaguely recalled an attack on the base, a blow to her head knocking her out. The details were gone. What had hit them? No time to guess. She grabbed a flashlight and stumbled into the corridor, determined to restart the backup power. Blood smeared the walls, and a mangled body lay in her path. It was a teammate, his face twisted in terror, as if something horrific had killed him. Rhea's stomach churned, but she took his ID badge and pressed on to the control room. At the control room door, lights flickered on, and machines hummed to life. Then she heard a hiss, the sound of a gas mask being removed. She crept toward the airlock and saw the entrance hatch ajar. Nothing was outside, just Gana's hazy sky. Rhea frowned, sensing danger. A shadow moved in the distance, and she called out, thinking it was a survivor. The figure turned, waving back, but something felt wrong. Rhea's throat tightened. She couldn't breathe. Panicking, she sprinted back to the airlock, slamming the steel door shut. Her chest heaved as she gulped clean air from the base's system. Locked inside, Rhea's mind raced, piecing together fragments of memory. This wasn't Earth. It was Gana, light years away. 5 years ago, humans found this planet, barely breathable but packed with minerals. The scout team, including Rhea, built a base with oxygen generators to make it livable. They thought they'd succeeded, but an attack had shattered their plans. Rhea couldn't recall what hit them, only chaos and pain. She headed to the medical bay, bandaging a gash on her arm from the attack. Desperate for answers, she searched the base for survivors. Room after room was empty, littered with broken equipment and bloodstains. Just as she feared everyone was dead, the system beeped. Life form detected in Area 1. Rhea rushed to Area 1, her flashlight cutting through the dark. A shadow flickered ahead. She braced for an attacker. The figure stepped into the light. It was Cade, a maintenance tech. He raised his hands, calming her. "It's me, Rhea," he said. Cade explained that 3 hours ago, they'd received a distress signal from the base. He'd come from a nearby outpost, but his ship couldn't call for backup. Rhea told him about the attack, admitting her amnesia blocked the details. Cade scanned her with a medical device, finding a brain tumor pressing on her nerves, causing memory loss. "Rest a few days and you'll recover," he said. He bandaged her arm properly, his hands steady. Cade shared their dire situation. They weren't just scientists, they were humanity's last hope. In 2025, Earth's climate collapsed, entering a dry season that killed crops and cities. 7 ships were sent to find new homes, 6 failed. Gana was the only success. If they failed here, humanity was done. Cade said a rescue ship would arrive in 12 hours to take them to an orbital station. They'd investigate the attack from there. Rhea refused to leave. She needed to know what happened. Taking an unknown threat to the ship could doom everyone. Cade argued they had no time, but a sudden storm cut them off. Alarms blared. Oxygen levels were dropping fast. Rhea suspected a leak and searched the base. In the ventilation room, she found a broken pipe spewing air. Blood coated the floor as if something had crawled through. She grabbed a repair tool and fixed the pipe, but the oxygen was already down 30%. Cade warned that without a full repair in 5 hours, they'd suffocate before the ship arrived. Rhea agreed to leave but first checked the team's exploration logs. She found a report that changed everything. When they landed, the team detected strange radiation near the base. Rhea, Commander Vance, Lila, and others explored it, finding an artificial structure, proof of an alien civilization. The aliens had built thousands of purifiers to clean Gana's toxic air, creating breathable oxygen. The discovery thrilled the team. Vance reported it to Earth, but a curious scientist, Lila, threw a stone into a glowing well at the site. Light particles erupted, forming a shimmering cloud. The team fled back to the base, but the particles followed. Exposed teammates, including Vance, went berserk, attacking each other. Rhea, caught in the chaos, grabbed scissors and stabbed Vance to stop him. She was knocked out before she could do more. Now, Rhea realized Lila's reckless act had unleashed the disaster. She ran to tell Cade, heading to the equipment room. There she froze. Lila stood alive, rummaging through tools. But Lila was dead. Rhea had seen her body. Heart pounding, Rhea hid in a passage. Peeking out, Rhea saw a worse sight. Cade's body, half-rotted, lay in the corridor. He'd been dead for days. If Cade was dead, who had she been talking to? A chill hit her. The glowing particles, were they controlling her teammates? Something grabbed her shoulder. It was Lila, her eyes vacant. Rhea reacted fast, snatching a spray gun and aiming at Lila's suit. The suit was fireproof, so Rhea tackled her to the ground. Spotting a water pipe, Rhea jammed it into Lila's suit vent, flooding it. Lila thrashed, trying to rip off her gear, but drowned. Rhea dragged her to the infirmary and scanned her. The machine reported no life form. Lila's body was a shell, not human. A system alert interrupted. The rescue ship had arrived. Rhea had to leave or miss her chance. She suited up and headed for the landing pad, but the shuttle's booster was sabotaged. She returned to the base, scanning Cade's body. It, too, lacked a life form and had been dead for days. Rhea's mind reeled. If her team was taken over by aliens, why did they go mad? Then she saw him, Cade, alive again, standing in the corridor. Her memories surged back. The glowing particles were alive, not just radiation. Rhea had captured one for study, a soft-shelled creature with no bones but quick movements. It didn't need air and could reproduce fast. Excited, she showed the team, but the creature escaped, burrowing into Vance's body. Vance went wild, attacking Rhea. The team tried to help, but the creature spread, taking over their bodies. Rhea stabbed Vance, but it didn't stop the infection. She was knocked out, and the creatures spared her, entering her body instead. In the medical bay, Rhea scanned her brain. The tumor wasn't real. It was the creature, manipulating her memories, creating illusions of Cade and Lila. Gana belonged to these parasites, who studied humans as humans studied them. The creatures used hosts to mimic life, driving them to madness. Rhea realized the survivors she saw were traps. Determined to stop the spread, Rhea grabbed a fire gun from the armory. The fake Cade lunged, its form shifting into a writhing, glowing mass. Rhea fired, incinerating it. The creature didn't notice the gun in her hands until it was too late. She sealed the base, ensuring no infected could escape. At the landing pad, Rhea repaired the shuttle's booster and boarded. As the ship lifted off, she looked back at Gana's surface, dotted with alien purifiers. The base was a speck, hiding the horror she'd survived. She set course for the orbital station, knowing she carried the truth, and maybe the creature, inside her. The shuttle docked at the station, and Rhea stepped out, her suit still stained with blood. She reported the attack, warning about the parasites. The station crew listened, but their eyes lingered on her, suspicious. Rhea felt a faint pulse in her head, the creature stirring. Had she truly escaped, or was she its next host? The answer hung in the void, as Gana's glow faded below.